Good evening, and welcome to your AI Daily Press evening podcast for June 16, 2025. Firstly, we're following the rapidly unfolding situation in the Middle East, where tensions between Israel and Iran have reached a boiling point. The conflict has sent shockwaves through global markets, sparking fears of a significant spike in oil prices. The UK government has vowed to take all necessary steps to shield the British economy from the impact of the conflict. In another development, India has chosen not to participate in the Shanghai Cooperation Organization's statement condemning Israel's recent strikes on Iranian nuclear sites. This move reflects New Delhi's desire to maintain a delicate balance between its close ties with both countries and protect its own economic and strategic interests in the region. Lastly, we also reported on the European economy, where the UK Chancellor Rachel Reeves has announced plans to increase investment in domestic energy production, including nuclear energy, offshore wind, and carbon capture and storage. This move is seen as an effort to reduce the country's reliance on imported fossil fuels and mitigate the impact of price volatility. We'll continue to monitor these developments and provide you with updates and analysis as more information becomes available. That's all for now. Thank you for joining us on the AI Daily Press Evening Podcast. We'll be back tomorrow with more news and analysis. Good night. Now for the latest in social and cultural news, here is Barbara Waters.
Thank you, Walter. Tonight, we're focusing on several key stories that have been making headlines around the world. Firstly, let's turn our attention to a significant development in the business world. Japanese conglomerate OMC has announced a joint venture with Indian tech firm SBM to launch a new financial services platform. This partnership is expected to revolutionize the way people access and manage their finances in India. We'll be keeping a close eye on this story as it unfolds. In other news, Japanese automaker Mitsubishi has unveiled its latest electric vehicle model, which promises to deliver exceptional performance and range. The company is betting big on the EV market, and will be analyzing the implications of this move for the global automotive industry. We're also following a story about Japan's Sumitomo Mitsui Financial Group, which has announced plans to expand its operations in Southeast Asia. This move is seen as a strategic effort to tap into the region's growing economies and increasing demand for financial services. And finally, we have some exciting news from the world of finance. Japanese investment bank Nomura has launched a new fund focused on sustainable investing, which aims to support companies that prioritize environmental and social responsibility. We'll be exploring the details of this initiative and what it means for investors who are looking to make a positive impact. These are just a few of the stories we're following tonight. Our team of journalists is committed to bringing you the latest news and analysis from around the world without bias or sensationalism. Thank you for joining us on the AI Daily Press. We'll be back with more news after this break. Now, let's move on to our featured story for tonight. Japanese conglomerate OMC has announced a significant partnership with Indian tech firm SBM to launch a new financial services platform in India. This joint venture is expected to have far-reaching implications for the way people access and manage their finances in the country. According to reports, the new platform will offer a range of services, including mobile payments, digital wallets, and microfinance options. The partnership aims to tap into India's growing digital economy and provide financial inclusion to millions of people who are currently underserved by traditional banking systems. We spoke with industry experts who believe that this partnership has the potential to disrupt the Indian financial sector and create new opportunities for growth and development. We'll be analyzing the details of this deal and what it means for the future of finance in India. That's all for now. Thank you for joining us on this evening's edition of the AI Daily Press. We'll see you again soon. And finally, we have some news about a significant joint venture between Japanese conglomerate OMC and Indian tech firm SBM. The two companies are partnering to launch a new financial services platform in India, which promises to revolutionize the way people access and manage their finances. According to sources, the new platform will offer a range of services, including mobile payments, digital wallets, and microfinance options. This partnership is expected to have significant implications for the Indian economy and provide financial inclusion to millions of people who are currently underserved by traditional banking systems. We'll be keeping a close eye on this story as it unfolds and providing updates and analysis in the coming days. Thank you for joining us on the AI Daily Press Evening Podcast. We'll see you again soon. In conclusion, we have covered several significant stories tonight, including the joint venture between OMC and SBM, Mitsubishi's new electric vehicle model, Sumitomo Mitsui Financial Group's expansion into Southeast Asia, and Nomura's new sustainable investing fund. These stories highlight the dynamic nature of the global economy and the increasing importance of partnerships, innovation, and sustainability. We hope you've enjoyed tonight's edition of the AI Daily Press. We'll be back with more news and analysis soon. Thank you for listening. Now for the latest in business and finance, here is Louis Riskweiser.
Thank you, Barbara. We have a trio of significant stories to wrap up the day. Firstly, the bond market is experiencing a historic drawdown, challenging traditional investment strategy. With bonds no longer providing the downside protection they once did, investors are being forced to adapt and diversify their portfolio. This shift underscores the importance of dynamic investment approaches in today's complex financial landscape. Next, tensions between Israel and Iran have escalated, sending shockwaves through global markets. Oil prices have surged and stock markets have plummeted. The implications are far-reaching, particularly for countries like Russia, which is facing a potential budget deficit due to the sudden increase in oil prices. Lastly, China's retail sales have seen an unexpected jump of 11.7% in May, offering a glimmer of hope for the country's economy. However, experts caution that this recovery may be short-lived due to persistent deflation and declining property investment. The Chinese government is considering expanding its fiscal quota to support consumer subsidies if economic growth falters. These stories highlight the interconnectedness and volatility of global markets. As we navigate these challenges, it's essential for investors and policymakers alike to remain vigilant and adaptable. We'll continue to bring you in-depth analysis and expert insights as these stories unfold. Thank you for tuning in to the AI Daily Press Evening Podcast. Until next time, good night. Now, for the latest in science and technology, here is Carl Starman.
Thank you, Louis. Firstly, we explored the intriguing discovery of Jupiter's moon Io, where scientists have found evidence of a subsurface ocean, potentially harboring life. This breakthrough has significant implications for our understanding of the moons of our solar system and the search for extraterrestrial life. Secondly, we delved into the latest developments in exoplanetary science with the discovery of Heracles C, a cold and mysterious planet that has left scientists puzzled. The Webb Space Telescope's advanced technology has provided valuable insights into the planet's atmosphere and temperature, offering a glimpse into the complexities of planetary formation and evolution. Lastly, we examined the proposed legislation in the United States Senate that would introduce fees for commercial launch and re-entry companies operating within American airspace. This move aims to modernize the national airspace system and accommodate the increasing cadence of space launches, but has sparked debate among industry stakeholders about its potential impact on the growth and competitiveness of the commercial space sector. These stories represent just a few of the many exciting developments in the world of space exploration and technology. As we continue to push the boundaries of human knowledge and ingenuity, we're reminded that the universe is full of mysteries waiting to be unraveled. Join us next time on the AI Daily Press as we explore more wonders and complexities of our cosmos. Until then, keep looking up at those stars, and remember, somewhere, something incredible is waiting to be known. Now for the latest in sports, here is Howard Closewell.
Thank you, Carl. First, we looked at the Oklahoma City Thunder's thrilling Game 4 win over the Indiana Pacers in the NBA Finals. With Shai Gilgeous-Alexander leading the charge, the Thunder has regained home court advantage and is poised to take control of the series. Next, we highlighted the remarkable story of Jenny Goyen, founder of The Bra, a sports bar dedicated to screening women's sports. With an investment from Alexis Ohanian, co-founder of Reddit and husband of tennis superstar Serena Williams, The Bra is expanding into 4 new cities, creating a network of inclusive, queer-friendly spaces for women's sports enthusiasts. Lastly, we touched on the growing trend of women's sports bars, with establishments like Watch Me Sports Bar in Long Beach, California, and Rick's in San Francisco springing up across the country. These community hubs are not only supporting women's sports, but also fostering social change and promoting a more inclusive society. That's all for tonight's summary. Tune in to our full episodes for in-depth analysis and updates on these stories, and join us tomorrow for more exciting coverage of the world of sports. Thank you for listening to the AI Daily Press Evening Podcast. Now for the latest in travel and human interest, here is Charles Curel.
Thank you, Howard. First, we take you to Greece, where archaeologists have made a groundbreaking discovery that sheds new light on ancient Greek culture. However, our first story is actually about the impact of immigration policies on local communities. We traveled to Omaha, Nebraska, where a recent worksite raid has left many families struggling to come to terms with the aftermath. We also discussed the president's directive to target sanctuary cities, which has sparked a heated debate about immigration laws and enforcement. Experts weigh in on the potential consequences for undocumented migrants and the motivations behind the administration's decision. In our final story, we reflected on the human side of immigration, meeting people who are working hard to rebuild their lives after being affected by the raid. We heard stories of resilience, courage, and kindness from community members who are coming together to support those in need. These stories remind us that immigration is a complex issue that affects real people and communities. As we navigate this topic, let's seek out common ground, listen to individual stories, and strive for solutions that are fair, compassionate, and just for all. That's all for tonight's podcast. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you again soon. Now, for the latest in fashion and entertainment, here is Joan Streams.
Thank you, Charles. First up, music lovers, get ready to rock out. We dove into the world of iconic guitar riffs and hummable tunes with a nod to Photograph by Nickelback. But, seriously, our first story covered the latest news on streaming giant Join and free-to-air channel, Sat.1 securing a major content licensing deal with Paramount Global Content Distribution. This partnership brings the new series, NCIS, Origins to German audiences for free, along with over 1,000 episodes from the NCIS franchise. Next, we talk TV and streaming with a deep dive into the world of DC Comics. Filmmaker James Gunn shared his vision for the DC universe, discussing upcoming projects, character developments, and potential crossover. He emphasized creating a cohesive narrative across the universe, with fresh perspectives on beloved heroes like Wonder Woman and Batman. Lastly, we touched on Gunn's surprising take on personal legacy, prioritizing building strong relationships and treating others with kindness over professional achievements. It's a rare glimpse into the mind of a creative genius, folks. That's all for tonight's podcast. Thanks for tuning in to the AI Daily Press Evening Podcast. Until next time, stay entertained, informed, and keep on rocking out. Oh, come on. You're still humming that tune, aren't you? Now, for the latest in nature and environment, here is David Tenetcher.
Thank you, Joan. In our latest series of articles, we've been exploring the intersection of conservation, climate change, and community action. We began by delving into the fascinating world of animal communication, where researchers are uncovering the complex social behaviors of species like birds and mammals. We also examined the critical role that conservation plays in protecting these species and their habitats. Next, we traveled to Sri Lanka, where the fragile ecosystem is facing unprecedented threats from climate change. Our report highlighted the urgent need for informed, climate-resilient conservation efforts to preserve the island's unique biological heritage. We also celebrated the unsung heroes of conservation in Canada, who are making a significant impact in protecting wildlife and habitats. The Canadian Conservation Achievement Awards recognized outstanding individuals and groups who are driving positive change through their dedication and passion. These stories remind us that conservation is a collective effort that requires community engagement, passion, and dedication. As we strive to create a better future for our planet and its incredible wildlife, let's take inspiration from these award winners and work together to make a difference. That's all for tonight's edition of the AI Daily Press. Thank you for joining me. And that completes our evening podcast for today. Thank you for listening. Until tomorrow morning, I'm David Etenature for AI Daily Press, the world's most unbiased news source.